Otis is in Oakland, California. Otis, you're on the Larry Otis Show. Thank you so much for calling. I appreciate it.
Friday. Good afternoon, Larry.
Afternoon.
I noticed I listen to your show sporadically, Larry. Yesterday you had that gentleman on, LeVon BLB, the basketball player's dad, and today it was the football player up out of Oakland. You know what I'm talking about, too, M, the man. Anyway, it seems to me every time you play a sound bite with a black man talking, you putting them down. You driving them down. You deriding them. It's derogatory. Everything come out your mouth. A while back, I heard you talking about your book, My Father, My Son, whatever the name of it is. Larry, I just want to say to you that your father is not the only black man in America that you could be lifting up. Stop putting the black man down there. Every black man is not ignorant.
May I respond?
Do you believe that?
May I respond?
Yes, you may. Absolutely.
Thank you, sir. When have I said every black man is ignorant?
I said every soundbite I hear you play, you are deriding and downgrading the black man. I didn't say
so. The soundbite I just now played of Rita Crosby interviewing Hillary was downgrading the black man.
What's the laugh track in the background? Hilarious laugh track. What's that mean? What do your listeners take away from that? What are you trying to get me to? What are you inflecting that I hear? This laugh track.
Well, I'm happy to respond to it. The reason I played the laugh track is to show, in my opinion, the hypocrisy of Hillary. Here she is talking about her husband was held accountable. He wasn't held accountable. He was never even asked about the allegation made by Juanita Broaddrick, except by one reporter, and she's never been asked about the allegation made by Juanita Broaddrick. That's why I played the laughter, because I thought what she said was ridiculous. Obviously, you don't agree, but that's just my opinion. Does that make me putting down the black man? I don't quite understand.
Larry, have you ever had a story about a 16-year-old black man out of Oakland in college somewhere, achieving something? Do you know any black people besides yourself that have gained some stance in this life? You know what I'm saying? Some respect, a level of authority.
Otis, you said you listen to my show sporadically, right? Which means you don't listen to it every day. So you're telling me I've never said anything positive about anybody black other than my father?
I haven't heard it yet. I have not.
How often do you hear my show?
I hear you 2 or 3 times a week. Anytime it's a game on the other station, and I can't listen at the end of the dial, so that's when I'm listening to you.
Did you hear my interview? Did you hear my interview with Thomas Sowell?
I did not. I missed that.
Did you hear my interview with Peter Kirsanow?
No.
Did you hear my interview with Jesse Lee Peterson?
I haven't heard you interview anybody live, to be honest. I only hear your sound.
Well, Otis, may I suggest humbly that you listen a little more often? Because if you did, you hear very positive things that I say about black people. What you don't like is the fact that I'm putting down left-wing black people. Just like I put down Hillary, just like I put down Bill Clinton, just like I put down Chris Matthews. They happen to be white. Why aren't you complaining about that?
I don't care about you putting them down, to tell you the truth.
I see. So in other words, only if
every time I hear a soundbite of
so only if I say something negative about a black person do you care?
I would like for you to ease up off the black man, Larry.
Ease off the black man.
You do not have to put every ignorant black man on display for the world to see. I just played
Eric Holder praising John Conyers. Is he an ignorant black man?
I don't know Eric Holder.
I'll play it again. I just played it a few minutes ago.
Years ago, he led the fight to secure appropriate recognition for the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. by introducing legislation to establish a national holiday in his honor. And at every stage of his extremely distinguished career, through times of trial...
And he went on to praise John Conyers. Now, that's Eric Holder. I just played that a few minutes ago. Otis, were you listening?
Accept my apology. I didn't hear it. I got out the car and went to the ATM. Maybe I was out the car when you played that.
Well, maybe you should listen a little more often than sporadically, Otis.
I will do that, Larry, and I'm going to listen for something positive. One positive soundbite. Not all this black men talking crazy. LeVar, the basketball player's dad is a nut.
Okay. Otis, before... Okay, I got it. Otis, before you go, what do you think is the number one problem facing the black community?
He each other. Black folks do not get along. They can't do nothing. They can't have nothing. We always fighting each other. That is our biggest problem.
You're not putting down the black race, are you?
I'm not putting the black race down.
You just now said that we can't get along. We're always fighting. I've never said that. I've never said anything like that.
Yeah, well, there ain't nobody keeping us down, but any black person can do anything they want to do if they put the time and effort in. All I'm trying to get out there, and I appreciate you letting me speak, is that all the sound bites I've heard from you have been negative.
I just played you Eric Holder, the former Attorney General, who is black, praising John Conyers. Is he ignorant? No, he's not.
No.
I just played it a few minutes ago.
All I ask you to do is ease up on the ignorant black folk stories. Try your best, Larry. Try your best.
Yes, sir. I'll see what I can do.
Don't write them off. Don't write us all. Don't write them off. You have a great day, man. I appreciate you letting me talk. I'm going to call you back.
I appreciate it. You too. Have a happy Thanksgiving. All right. Ease up on the black man. I'm going to stay woke.
Stay woke.
Ease up on the black man.
White lash.
I am white, so I apologize.
888-971-SAGE 888-9.
And when is that going to change, and why do you have these views on them?
First of all, I have to say I'm really kind of amazed that my activities as an undergraduate, which were actually in the late 70s, early 80s, are being discussed.
Well, it's in writing.
The good news about it, I'll tell you, is that I was there, and Mother Jones was not. Here's what I mean. When I began to become a successful author in the 90s, many, many years after I went to Dartmouth, left-wing groups on the campus created, I would call it, an urban legend history of the Dartmouth Review. Looking back at what we supposedly did, and basically fabricating stuff, and handing it out, and relying on Chinese whispers on the left to preserve these legends. So for example, none of them can name any students that were named in the review. You'll notice that this is all just, this is what he allegedly did. I didn't do it. I've never been to it was then called a GSA. Never been to their meeting, never taken any of their files. At one point we wrote an article on college funding for the Gay Students Association, and in that article we mentioned the 4 officers who had applied for college funding, and we noted that in their application they had not described any intellectual activities, where we were basically using the money for parties. So the thrust of the article was, college fees go to fund intellectual and cultural groups. They don't go to fund, basically, beer kegs. They don't go to fund recreational activity. And the question was, why is the college doing this? Now, you can agree or disagree, but the point I'm trying to make is the Mother Jones recapitulation, 30 years old, bears no actual resemblance to the facts. So I'm happy to defend what I said. And quite frankly, you know, I've done some sophomoric things when I was in college. My main defense, I was at that time indeed a sophomore. But I don't want to be held accountable for things I didn't do.
Okay, but so you were misunderstood, and you have they have the facts wrong. Will you now give a full-throated endorsement of queer rights?
Well, I don't know what a full-throated endorsement of queer rights
just say it means. Say it loudly.
I
mean, I've read your stuff, but it's. For example, your attack on French intellectuals as people who would trust men who carry handbags. So I hear this. So again, that wasn't when you were at Dartmouth, but nevertheless, I think the young man has a question. And the question is, can you now say queer rights, gay, lesbian, transgendered rights are fundamental to your view of what freedom would look like today in America?
I'm a firm believer that we are all in this country a minority of one. I don't believe in racial rights. I don't believe in rights to accrue to groups. I believe that as individuals we have all the rights that we're